Well, Steve, both of these fighters undefeated, and they both have different backgrounds. Ingrid Hay, a former martial artist, and Natalie Brown with an extensive amateur background.
Yeah, there are a lot of folks these days that are trying to switch over between the martial arts and the boxing, and usually what happens is the boxers that go to martial arts don't do real well in martial arts, and the martial arts that do the boxing don't do real well. So I have to go with the amateur experience in boxing.
All right, right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups.
Yeah, one of the things that just stands out to me, and when you look at Hay, she's born in 1966, which means that she's 40 years old going on 41, so that certainly has to be a factor. She also suffers a 4-inch reach disadvantage. So those are two things that I would take a look at in the fight.
Both fighters putting their undefeated records on the line. So without any further ado, let's send it into the ring, and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clip Boxing and the Little River Casino Resorts present the Little River Women's Junior Welterweight Championship, scheduled for 2-minute rounds of action. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim, she weighed in at 141 pounds. She is undefeated with a record of 4 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Livonia, Michigan, introducing Ingrid Red Rage Hay. And her opponent across the ring on my left, she is fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim. She weighed in at 140.5 pounds. She also is undefeated. Her record stands at 3 wins, no losses. All 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Atlanta, Georgia, now representing Manistee, Michigan, introducing Natalie Brown. And our referee in charge, Sean Curtin, now to give instructions.
Well, listen up. Got your instructions in the dressing room? Good, clean bout. Listen to my commands at all times. And protect yourself at all times. Okay? Good luck. Touch gloves.
We are set for 4 2-minute rounds of boxing. And Ray, what are your thoughts on the state of women's boxing right now?
You know, I'm not the best guy to ask. I've always said, the way I was raised to think of women, how I appreciate women, I don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like seeing it. Not that they're not, I told them, I said, you give them enough time, they'll be better fighters than men. They're stronger than men every which way, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, every which way, but physically. And you give them enough time, they'll be better fighters. The only problem I have is seeing women get hit. You know, it's hard enough to see a guy get hit, especially see a woman get hit. And the other thing is, I wouldn't want to go out with any woman that has a chance to whip my behind, you know?
Good point, most importantly. Natalie Brown with the black and white trunks. Ingrid Hay with the black and red.
And Ray, you've dealt with some folks that have done the mixed martial arts and try to do the boxing. I think you may even been involved with training some of them. How do you think that those two sports compare when somebody tries to cross over?
You said it best. Those who try to cross over to the boxing arena don't fare well, and vice versa. You know, these guys are used to, in mixed martial arts, I train guys, and I told them my job is to get you from, you know, outside to inside, where you can clutch, grab, tie them up, take them to the ground. That's your game there. But a lot of these guys, they have a tendency, you know, they want to rush from outside, they want to try to shoot from outside, and they leave their chin wide open, where a fighter, you know, it's easy to drop one on them and catch them. But, and of course, when they tie you up, a fighter don't know how, you know, most guys don't know how to get out of an arm lock, or how to, you know, when they get tied up, they don't know what to do, you know, especially when you go to the ground. The guy mounts you, puts a knee to the chest, so then, you know, that's their game. But it's interesting to see a lot of these guys, as tough they are, when they come in, they don't take a great shot. You know, you know, you hit them on top of the head, they mess up the equilibrium. You know, a lot of mixed martial arts guys don't do well when they try to go into boxing.
Well, and the other thing that strikes me with Hay is she's 40 years of age. Certainly, boxing, like any sport, your reflexes begin to go as you get older, and those are some things that, you know, probably is hard for fighters to admit, but as they get older, you may not have quite the skills as you get a little older.
Well, you're absolutely right, Steve. I've always said, especially when guys come back, I don't like to see it, because all you can compete with is who you were, and you can never be that.
We come to the end of round number 1. Stay with us. All right, let's take a look at this replay, Ray.
Right here, you know, good right hand over the top. Boom, you know, Natalie threw that good quick right hand, good jab right behind it, right? No, she's throwing back. She's quicker, she's younger, she's faster. But again, Ingrid is just trying to use her experience, try to buy time. But right now, it looks like the too much youth is too much for Ingrid at this point.
Well, Natalie Brown spars with mostly men when she's training.
Most girls do, and most women do, because there's not too many other women to spar with. Usually not in the same gym at all.
Round number 2, scheduled 4 rounds. Right now, Brown jabbing. Both fighters look like they're fighting a smart fight right now.
Yeah, it's a tactical fight, and they're both, giving it their all. I agree with Ray that the younger, stronger fighter appears to be Brown. But, give Hay her due. I mean, she's trying to hang in there, and they're certainly letting their hands go. Well, sometimes the men don't do.
Exactly. That's exactly it. They're both putting on a good show, and she's trying. The old war horse is trying, and you never know, that experience, she may catch you with something coming in.
I wouldn't call her an older horse to her face.
Old war horse. That's
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No. I'm an old war horse too myself, so I say that meaning.
Oh, nice left hook there by Brown. I think Brown's beginning to, take over the fight a little bit.
Yeah, she's establishing.
Oh, another left hook.
Her quickness, her speed, her youth is starting to take over.
Natalie Brown, the former 6-time national amateur champion.
And I think that boxing experience is showing because, Hay is getting hit with left hooks, and she's getting hit with left hooks because she doesn't have her hands in the proper position to block punches as they're coming in. And I would have to think, Ray, that in the mixed martial arts, you're not quite as worried about the same things.
No, exactly right. Usually in mixed martial arts, your weight is back. In boxing, your weight is forward. Things like that. Usually they're more oriented, feet-oriented, as opposed to, punching. One thing I noticed also about Natalie Brown, if she throws them punches, you can see she's trained with guys because she knows how to bend her body and her full weight behind it. She knows how to bend side to side to dig those body shots. I like what I see. She looks very, very good.
She looks like she has great focus and concentration if you look at her eyes, and she just smiled at her opponent.
And we come to the end of round number 2, scheduled for 4. Stay with us. Ray, let's take a look at some of the action from round number 2.
Right here, you can see old Natalie Brown digging them body shots, digging them, like I said, keep pushing Ingrid Hay back. Especially when you got an older fighter, you want to push it back. Have them work their legs. You want to tire those legs out. Push them back, hit them with quick shots. Like I said, youth, speed, it's all catching up now.
We welcome you back to the Little River Casino here in Manistee, Michigan. Great to have you with us here tonight, and we have a great crowd on hand as Natalie Brown in the black and white trunks takes on Ingrid Hay with the black and red trim.
I think she just hurt Hay with a good 1-2 combination.
Oh, good exchange of left hooks, good exchange. But see, Hay got her head up in the air too much. She's got to drop her chin.
Hay looked a little wobbled there.
Well, Brown's finding a home for that left hook, and she seems pretty well schooled, Ray. And I noticed something in the replay. I mean, she turned her whole body into that punch. She wasn't arm punching.
No, you're right. And and I noticed, I forgot, in a corner, she has one of the great amateur champions and a very good pro, Jerome Coffey. So he's their trainer, and she's well schooled by her trainer. She's got a good trainer. She's well schooled. She's got good technique. Looks very good in there.
I just know she did a little shoulder roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve, how do you have it scored so far?
Well, right now I have it as a shutout for Brown, and I think it's becoming more apparent as the fight's going on that she's dominating the action. She's just what the champ said. She's younger, stronger, quicker, and she has proper technique. And that left hook is just landing almost at will now.
Ingrid Hay, married with 3 kids, all boys. In fact, she has 15-year-old twins who are her biggest fans, she says.
I mean, I'm impressed with this Brown. She's doing some shoulder rolls. She's knowing how to slide back. She seems to understand distance.
Referee Sean Curtin breaking up the action. And he actually has a book called Chicago Boxing, available in all bookstores. Be sure to check it out.
And I think what this is really showing is the importance. Oh, great right hand, really hurt her. I was going to say this is really showing the importance of the amateur program because Natalie Brown has only had 3 pro fights, and yet she looks very poised.
Yes, very well skilled.
Well, we come to the end of round number 3. The 4th and final round is coming up. Let's take a look at some of the action in round number 3.
Well, right here you got, boom, there it is. That jab, right hand following it, quick hands. You know, Natalie Brown, good technique, good skill. You know, Ingrid Hayes got to get them hands up, or you got to drop your chin, roll your body.
And Ingrid Hayes certainly showing she could take a shot there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I was just thinking it's got to be tough for a 15-year-old son to watch this. It's got to be tough.
Well, we are getting ready now for the 4th and final round. Natalie Brown and Ingrid Hayes are trying to remain undefeated here tonight.
You know, it's usually at this point in the fight that I'm rooting for the underdog. You know, I'd like to see Ingrid Hayes finish on her feet, get through this round. She's tried the best she could. She's just not skilled, you know, right now. But Ingrid Brown Natalie Brown doesn't seem to want to have any of it. She wants to take her out.
And one thing is, both women have given a real professional effort here tonight. Oh, another right hand landed.
As right now the pressure being put on Natalie Brown. Looks like she really wants to take her out here.
Oh!
And
No,
down
she
to
got
her
hit.
knee.
Now see, that's a knockdown. She got hit.
She
Ruled
got
a
hit with-
slip.
She got hit.
She got hit with, I think, a left hook.
Yeah.
I think it was a flash knockdown, but
Yes.
it still should have been a
Yes.
10-8 round, and that might have been enough to maybe get her a draw in this fight.
It was a flash knockdown. Come on, man. You guys got to know better than that.
I think the ref was surprised and figured that she must have slipped because he
Right.
seemed kind of startled
Yes,
by it.
yes.
But really what happened was a left hook just caught her, and it just did that little short circuit of the neurological
Right.
system, and she went to her knees and looked as surprised as anybody that she was down there.
Right.
It did
Exactly.
happen very fast. And right now Natalie Brown putting the pressure on.
See, again, you can see the way Ingrid Hayes fights. She fights like a martial artist. Weight back, chin in the air. You know, they don't drop that chin down. They don't drop their knees like a fighter would, like a Natalie Brown does.
Another right hand. I did think Brown got a little tentative there for 30 seconds, which also indicates to me it really was a knockdown, because I think Brown became a little shocked by the fact that she was on the canvas, and she became a little more cautious.
Right.
I mean, actually, Hayes having a much better round here.
Yes, she is. I've had a winning round.
Yeah, I think she's winning the round, too.
Well, we are coming to the end of the 4th and final round, and then we will return with the decision from here in Manistee, Michigan. All right, Ray, let's take a look at that ruled slip here in the 4th and final round and see what exactly happened.
She rolled her foot, as you could see. Her left foot rolled over. She did get knocked down. The punch missed, but she rolled her foot and she went down to one knee.
And I stand corrected. You know, sometimes these refs are a little smarter than we give them credit for.
Steve, how'd you have it scored?
I have it 3-1 for Brown.
Okay, well, for the official decision, let's send it into the ring, and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges scored about the same, 40-36, in favor of the winner, still undefeated, and now the Little River Women's Champion from Manistee, Michigan, Natalie Brown.
Well, there you have it, the younger, stronger fighter getting the win here tonight, Steve.
Yeah, the fight basically went the way we predicted in the first couple of rounds, which is that the amateur experience, the boxing experience, won out over the martial arts, and also the other side story of that is the younger, stronger fighter taking on the older woman.
Okay, let's take a look at the replay here.
It looks like a right hand grazed over the top of Brown, but a little bit better for Hay, and made some contact. It wasn't a great blow, but you can see that there's a lot of action in this fight. Both these women are really putting out. They're both throwing their punches, letting their hands go. Nice right hook there. They hung in there, took the punches. It was a really entertaining bout.
All right, well, it looks like we have Ray Boom Boom Mancini standing by inside the ring with the winner.
The champ, Natalie Brown. Natalie, it was a tremendous fight tonight. Your opponent, she gave you all you could handle. Did you expect that type of fight?
Well, yeah, I'm trying. I'm just starting. I'm trying to fight the best opposition that I can, learn, grow. I was was going for the knockout, but she's a tough lady.
Sometimes when you go for that knockout, it doesn't happen. Jerome, were you happy with your, I'm here with Jerome Coffey, the trainer of Natalie Brown. Were you happy with Natalie's performance tonight?
Well, you know, we're growing every day, and every fight we got to get a little bit better. And I think she did enough to get by this one, but we got to get a whole lot better because there's a lot of opposition out there that we want to compete against.
They say that you train with guys in the gym, and I can tell you, you looked like you threw tremendous body shots. You looked out, you put your weight behind it. I was very impressed with your technique. I wish you well with the future.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Little River Casino for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Tom.